name is Tannia Ngwena. I'm the senior consultant and co-founder of Kosha Management and Jungle Entertainment Ventures, both companies in the entertainment industry. We specialize in music distribution and also in the management of creative talents. So my topic is inclusion in the arts. Now, this is something that I'm a fan of, and especially in the last month with the Black Lives Matter movement reawakening again, and it, I think, being more urgent than ever to be resolved favorably for us, people of color. Um, I do feel sometimes that when we talk of inclusion as Black people, we I find it, sometimes I'm like pro it, sometimes I'm like, but why do we want to be included? We have our own platforms, we have our own stories to be telling. Why should we wait for someone to tell us this, to tell the story and include us in it? Why do we want to wait for someone to have the platform and then include us in it? But I also understand that not all of us have the African experience. I think more than anything, during this Black Lives Matter movement and some of the reading I've been making and some of the studying I've been doing, I've now understood the difference of being Black in the diaspora and being African and Black in on the continent, the African continent. If you're Black in Zimbabwe or if you're African in Africa, you don't even identify as Black. You identify as Shona, you identify as Ndebele, you identify as Igbo from Nigeria, you identify as Xhosa from South Africa. But when you are a person of color in America or in the UK, you are just Black. We don't understand the tribal placement or that ethnic heritage. It's not there. So, and your journey and your history is primarily American. Your experience is American. So when they're telling stories, naturally, they need to remember you in their storytelling. And when you're telling your stories, you need to remember yourself as a Black American in relation to the other races and the other people you're sharing or you're sharing the experience of life with. But more and more, I think in the last month, some of the reflections I've been making and the conversations we've been having with some of my friends is just how much of a responsibility us as Africans now have more than ever to really step up when it comes to our artistry, our storytelling, and the creative products that we're making. We really need to step up and remember our brothers and sisters in the diaspora and have them know that we are now ready and equipped and seeing the urgency of us telling our story, rewriting that narrative, and projecting our version of the human experience to the world, and there's something that I think there was a not documentary, sorry, there was a campaign I was privy to yesterday watching by Moa Badu, who's a Nigerian media mogul. She's just signed a deal with Netflix for a multi movie deal with Netflix, and the tagline was made by Africans, watched or enjoyed by the world or something like that. And I thought, this it's about time. It's about time that we take this onus and we take this responsibility to be creating in such a way. But even then, we also need to be thinking about our own platforms and making sure that our message doesn't get watered down, maybe because someone has sponsored it and they want to challenge us on the story we're telling, or that is their platform, so they want to edit it in a certain style or in a certain manner. So more and more the inclusion conversation, I think, is relevant, especially if you're in the diaspora. But more and more I feel like the inclusion conversation has to evolve to become the African onus to reclaim its story and position its people in a more confident light and in a more empowered light. Then we won't be fighting for inclusion. We will naturally be included because we are equally great and we equally matter in that way. So I think it absolutely is important. But even more, I feel like, as young creatives here in Zimbabwe and across the continent, we really have to step up. And I'm proud of us. I think we've really traveled far. We've really made serious strides. And I think, the world is ready for Africa and it's our time. And we really, really have to take that opportunity with a lot of responsibility and a lot of duty. So, yeah, Africa to the world.